This is going to be a very Mewis video. It's going to be happy and it's going to be sad. Sam Mewis is officially retiring, but on the other hand, Kristie Mewis, who made her debut with West Ham, it was exciting. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times.
When I woke up and I saw this news about Sam Mewis, I don't think it was a shock to anyone, but the fact that it's real and that it's official, it just kind of hits you. We're going to talk about it. She is joining the Men in Blazers network. She has her own branch of it at this point. She's the executive director. I forget her title. We're going to read about it. And so she has a lot of good things going on, but the fact that she's officially retiring from soccer is just heartbreaking. I mean, and so that's what we're going to talk about. Also, Kristie made her debut, and it was beautiful. It was a little windy, a little wild, but yeah, very Mewis episode today. But we'll start with Sam, because when I heard this news, like I said, I wasn't shocked. I don't think most people were shocked because we know about the journey she's had with her knee. But for it to be official, you know, as I always say, pen to paper, it's just kind of like a little gut punch. So I'm going to have Sara read from this headline and a little bit from this article because it lays it out pretty well. And then we're just going to talk about it.
Sam Mewis, World Cup winner with U.S. Women's National Team and NWSL champion, retires from professional soccer. Former U.S. Women's National Team midfielder Sam Mewis, a key fixture on the team that won the 2019 FIFA Women's World Cup, is retiring from professional soccer, she announced Friday. Through her 8 years with the U.S. Women's National Team, she earned 83 caps and scored 24 goals. During the 2019 World Cup win, Mewis played in 6 of the 7 matches, starting in 5, en route to the U.S.'s 4th victory in the tournament. She scored 2 goals in the team's opening win against Thailand, including her debut World Cup goal. Unfortunately, my knee can no longer tolerate the impact that elite soccer requires, Mewis, 31, said in a statement. Though this isn't what I wanted, this is the only path forward for me. I want to thank everyone who has been on my team throughout this journey. Soccer has put so many wonderful things in my life, but the most wonderful thing has been the people. To all my family, friends, teammates, and fans, I truly feel that we did this together, and I'm extremely grateful.
That is the kind of condensed version that she has been dealing with. She's been dealing with a knee injury for a long time, and then it just came to a point where her knee was not fixable to play elite soccer again. So it's heartbreaking because, you know, a lot of times you see these athletes, athletes who end their career either because they're ready to end their career. I thought of Julie Ertz, first thing I thought of, because they're about the same age. Julie Ertz and Sam Mewis are about the same age. Julie is leaving on her terms. She's ready to go. But Sam Mewis said she wasn't ready to go. She wanted to get to 100 caps. She wanted to do more, but her knee would not allow her to do that anymore. And it's just heartbreaking to see your body just not do what you want it to do. But that's true for a lot of athletes. Or you see on the other hand, athletes playing until they're older, 38, 40, and then them saying, the natural course of action has happened with my body when I'm 40 years old. But 31 is still young, and it's just sad to see that she wasn't ready, but her body just wasn't going to allow her to continue.
Yeah, it's sad. We're going to miss her. I mean, she's Sam Mewis.
We were going to record, this happened on Friday. It's Monday today. We were going to record our video yesterday, but I'm glad we didn't, Sara, because I watched her whole entire, I guess it was her interview, but it was on her network. I watched it was like an hour and 7 minutes. I listened to the whole entire episode, and she just gave so much insight into how she was feeling and her knee injury and kind of just everything. So I'm sure most people who watch this video will have watched that. But as we know, so just talking about that, and she gave, it was very emotional. She talked about what it meant to her playing and kind of playing growing up. She talked about all the way from playing high school soccer, how a lot of elite athletes don't play high school soccer, but how it was fun for her with all her friends. And then she talked about going on to like U17s and going to college, and first time she trained with the U.S. Women's National Team, how she was doing pass exercises against Lauren Cheney, and Lauren Cheney was like too good for her, and
that's funny.
So she talked about a lot, and then she obviously talked about playing with Kristie and what that meant. I mean, she just talked about everything, and she talked about her knee injury. She talked about in 2017 when she initially had the injury, how that's kind of where it started, and how she didn't get into this interview, but this is what I've read kind of behind the scenes. She said she made a point to say her body autonomy, she was not aware of what she could stand up for herself for. Like, she didn't have the body autonomy that she wanted at the time. partially because she didn't know if she could, because, oh, you say you need time off. Oh, we're going to drop you from this, you know.
Sports can be brutal like that.
Yeah. So she was kind of saying her body autonomy at that point, she didn't realize maybe she could have stuck up for herself and said, hey, I can't play. My body is not ready. But from what she said and what I've heard outside, you know, like on message boards and stuff, that her coaches, a few in particular, really had no interest in how she was feeling. They just played her every single game. Mostly the name I hear is Paul Reilly, played her every single game, did not look out for her long-term health. Her long-term health wasn't a concern to his and others specifically. And that at that point, she didn't know, or she couldn't say, hey, I can't play. They overworked her load for her injury. And if she would have had the body autonomy now that she knew she could have now or had back then, maybe it wouldn't have gotten to this point. So sticking up for yourself and telling people, my body isn't ready for this, I can't play. Also not wanting to let your team down or the coach down to say, oh, I can't play right now. And it's heartbreaking to know that, you know, that was part of the reason why her knee never fully recovered.
Yeah, you got to advocate for yourself, you know.
Exactly. I feel like she felt like she couldn't advocate for herself for a lot of reasons, but until it's kind of heartbreaking. And she didn't say like Paul Reilly or anything. I mean, no one likes Paul Reilly, so I don't care if I'm saying his name right now, but that was one of the names I saw around that, you know, they didn't care. All they cared about is winning in that moment. So that was one part of it. The other part is just like what she'll miss being, you know, around her teammates. And she got emotional. And I will tell you, I was watching her interview, like the little clip they had online at like 2:00 in the morning of her talking about what she'll miss about playing, which is like being out in the sun, running, training with her teammates. And, you know, her and Rose would eat goldfish. She was like crying. You know, I was like bawling at 2 a.m.
Not just soccer, it's the camaraderie, just the special moments with your teammates and your friends. It's just, I know, it sucks that she has to go this way.
Yeah. So many people on social media were commenting on her post and saying, you know, what they meant to her. You know, Rose and Sonic kind of put a little Instagram post to her. A lot of people on their stories, but even like Sophia Smith said, one of her first call-ups, Sammy was one of the nicest, most welcoming members of the team to make her feel comfortable. And I could just see that, you know, as a person, Sam she is very likable to the fans, but, you know, within their friends, she seems very likable. And I mean, the most iconic thing we've ever seen was Who Knows Sam Mewis Best?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
That was literally like, I mean, everyone loved it. She has so many friends. How can you have so many best friends? Sam Mewis can have so many best friends.
Yeah, she's Sam Mewis.
But we are sad. She also released a statement, and it's just talking about how she's retiring, her official statement. But she also talks about her future because, you know, we know she had snacks, her and Lynn Williams, and that ended. At that point, she said, we're going on to future opportunities. And some people had guessed, they thought there was going to be something with Men in Blazers because of the World Cup coverage over the summer. And that was true. I'm going to have Sara read this.
Today, I'm excited to announce that I'll be joining the Men in Blazers Media Network to lead women's soccer coverage. The women's game will follow American, European, and international soccer. This is an amazing opportunity for me and one that I feel extremely grateful to have been presented with at such a pivotal moment in my life. My sincerest thanks to all of you, and I'll see you soon.
So she's going to go on she's going to have her podcast. It's going to be under the umbrella of Men in Blazers, but it's going to be her own network for the women's game. And that's super exciting. Everyone loves her input. I mean, I didn't catch as much of her World Cup coverage I wish I would have caught over the summer. She's so knowledgeable. She's so smart. Actually, I did read this one. I read this in part of this article from The Athletic. I had no idea about Sam.
BJ Snow, formerly the talent identification director of U.S. Soccer, said in 2018 that Sam Mewis had taken a written soccer intelligence test taken by thousands of pro players, men and women. Of all that had taken it, Mewis placed in the top 1% when she got her results. Ooh, smarty. That IQ showed in craftiness and awareness on the field, both offensively and defensively. In 2019, it was Mewis's 2 goals and 4 assists that helped the U.S. women's national team reach the podium. She was second on the team in defensive recoveries, too. Outside back, Crystal Dunn was first, having played 74 more minutes than Mewis in the tournament.
Yeah, so I did not realize that top 1% of anything is amazing.
That means she's elite.
Yes.
She's elite of the elite.
Yes. So I had no idea. I mean, she's obviously, but you know what made me think also, maybe at some point she would want to be a coach, you know, get her coaching license or something, because I don't know, a lot of good players have no interest in being coaches, and a lot do. So, but I'm excited for her. Also, I don't know if I mentioned this before, Lynn will also be joining Sam on her new platform to do, you know, they're going to do podcasts together and whatnot. So Lynn also will be there.
Beautiful, because I couldn't handle them being apart.
I know.
I don't know if the fandom can handle that.
No, we can't. But so sad. I mean, she was honest in the interview she had on her first podcast, because she was like her own guest, but she was honest. She goes, it was hard for her to accept that this was the reality, and because she has good friends and family around, but she you know, she knew it was just the way it was working out, and it's hard to accept, but she knew that that's what she had to do. You know, her knee couldn't take it anymore. And you know what she also said? She thought about down the road where she said she'll eventually need, sooner rather than later, she'll need a whole knee replacement. I know. Oof. Yeah. So she knows that, but she doesn't want to be a 40, 56-year-old woman who can't really walk either. She has to protect her adulthood, or you know, her later adulthood, so that she can be a mobile, active adult. She knew maybe she could push it, but then she couldn't do the things she wanted to when she was older. So that was an important factor to her. Also, she got a lot of new endeavors like pottery, like drumming. She said she got drumming.
What? Yeah. Drumming? That's hot.
Drumming lessons. Also, she's really been getting into swimming. So she's like, I'm gonna become the best swimmer I can.
Girl, yes. The Olympics are calling now.
Exactly. So it's been hard for her to accept, but she's able to accept it as best as she can. So yeah, so I mean, that was an hour and a half, an hour and 7 minutes she had an interview. So likable. So I just love her. She's so sweet. So, you know, and I've always said, someone else made this point, just because you're a woman athlete, a female athlete, doesn't mean you have to be likable. It doesn't mean you have to be anything. I think Megan Rapinoe shows that. Say what you want to say, but I just really like Sam Mewis. What she could do, I mean, it said in that article how pivotal she was in the 2019 World Cup. Mm-hmm. They would not possibly not win the 2019 without Sam's contributions to that tournament. And also, she talked about it. She got emotional at this, you know, for her to know that she was part of the women's national team earning their 4th star for the 4th World Cup on their uniform. It meant so much to her that she was part of that. And she could look at that star and say, I was part of that. And it meant so much to her.
That's an honor and a privilege.
Yeah.
I'm saluting right now.
Yeah. So, very sad. I mean, very, very sad. And also, going to the WSL, doing so well. I forget what year, 2020. I don't think you remember this, Sarah, but she scored like 16 goals in like 20 games at Man City. Wild. Okay. So what did everyone think? And obviously, who's going to be watching her new show? What is your favorite Sam Mewis memory? And I like when she was an elf. Remember when she did the elf? She was the elf.
Yeah, they should have put her on a shelf.
That was so cute. Okay. So sad. You know, I don't want it to be sad, but it is sad. But I wanted to think about happiness. Okay. So let's go from some sadder news to some kind of happier news, or happy news. Sam Mewis' sister, Kristie, officially made her WSL debut for West Ham against Tottenham over the weekend, and I'm sorry, but she killed it.
The crowd went wild.
Yes. She came in the 62nd minute, and full disclosure, Sarah and I did not watch the whole game, but we did watch the highlights. But she came in the 62nd minute, and funny enough, the West Ham scored within like 30 seconds of her coming into the game. That was not the goal that she had the assist on, but
you could say she's good luck then.
Yeah. I mean, the whole energy changed from the game. You know, anytime Kristie comes in, she always has an excitement about her, and it's always an exciting moment. And she came in, they immediately scored. Then, 70th minute, she made a beautiful assist. I mean, this ball was pin perfect, beautiful header by her teammate. I believe you could pronounce it Tysiak. The ball was placed perfectly, and it was gorgeous. I mean, first assist, it was gorgeous.
You could have framed that photo.
Yes.
If you took a picture of it.
Yes.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
So she came immediate impact because we remember the last game she played with Gotham. She had the beautiful assist to Katie Stengel, which led to the game winner of that game before the final. So she's like the assist queen.
You could say she's the sister. Get it? Because Sister
Sam. Yeah, I like it.
Sister Sam and assist queen. Okay.
I like it. Yeah, she beautiful. Then she actually had a corner kick that was quite the comedy reel because
it was a fiasco.
she got introduced to the storm. And it was very windy. And she was fighting with the flag. She was fighting with the ball. Then the line judge helped her.
Storm Isha.
Yeah, then the line judge held the flag.
I thought it was so funny. I didn't think she was ever going to get because the ball kept moving. Yeah. You know.
And then once she hit the ball, I mean, it almost was, how they say, an Olympico goal because it almost went into the net because, the wind was working in her favor because the way the wind was blowing toward the goal. So she almost had a goal from it, but the keeper stopped it. So it was not a goal, but it was a great kick. And that would have been a beautiful goal, but she played great. And also the high bun is back. We had a couple questions about it.
I knew the high bun was gonna stay because she's high bun bae. You can't just switch it up halfway through, okay?
Well, when she got to the stadium or when she got to the playing grounds, she had it in a pony. They had pictures of her arriving. Then it went to high bun.
Well, for fashion reasons, she did the pony, yeah. Okay. But for playing, she's got to stick to the bun.
Yeah, she stuck to it, and it was so cute because, I don't think a pony would have aided her because if she would have whipped her ponytail.
Oh, that Storm Isha would have taken that ponytail and served it to her in her mouth.
Yeah, whipped it off, exactly. I don't think it was conducive to the conditions. But great to see her. She made an impact. And also Katrina Gorry. She almost had the equalizer at the very end of the game. Tottenham did end up winning 4-3, although one of the goals they said should have been ruled offside. So it was kind of heartbreaking they didn't get a draw out of that. But the immediate impact of the new signings and the players have been there a long time. They are fighting for relegation, to not be relegated. And it's going to be quite a fight. But, I think a lot of people are excited by what they are seeing from West Ham now. Okay. Also, I don't know if you even saw this, Sara, but Sam Kerr was in attendance at West Ham. She was there with her mom. Obviously, it's horrible that Sam Kerr has been injured. But the fact that she got to go watch Kristie in person live, that is very sweet, very cute. Because obviously, if she wasn't injured, she wouldn't be able to be there. So, not that there's any silver lining, but the fact that she was able to be there and actually watch Kristie in person on her debut for West Ham was very sweet. So she was there, and some people thought it was, obviously Sam has her own team in the WSL, Chelsea, but then Kristie's there, and so she's going to support West Ham. I don't know if she was at the Chelsea game, but some people are like, should she have even been there? I'm like, but to be realistic, West Ham is not competing with Sam Kerr and Chelsea. They are competing not to get relegated, not to win the title. So, I don't think there'd be any issue. Now, if Kristie was playing for Arsenal, maybe she wouldn't go. Who knows? But, I don't think there's any problem with her going to see her at West Ham.
Yeah, I think that is very much legal.
Yeah. Totally. What does everyone think? Happy to see Kristie have such a impact on the game. She looked great. And then so sad about Sam Mewis. It seems like she is in a place where she is looking forward to what's next for her, but she knows she didn't end her career on her terms, and that's heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah, it's sad, but at the same time, she's got an exciting career ahead of her, with Men in Blazers, so that's cool.
I'm so excited.
And swimming.
Yeah, I'm so excited to see what she does there. She already says she has guests lined up. Mal Swanson, I guess, has already recorded her episode, but Lucy Bronze is slated to be an guest. Jill Scott, and Sam Mewis has so many friends. She played in the WSL. She's been around the NWSL for a while. So she's so likable. She needs to have Sonnet on there. She needs to have Rose Lavelle on there. She needs to have Abby Dahlkemper on there. You know what I mean? So and it's exciting to see what she's gonna do, and seeing her cry, get emotional about eating goldfish with Rose. That kind of stuff is sad. But so sad. She was my favorite player. And I really didn't emphasize what an all-time great she really has been for the U.S. Women's National Team and for the world. She was famously once named the best women's soccer player in the world from ESPN magazine or ESPN. And it was ahead of Sam Kerr, ahead of Viviana Miedema. She was, period of her life, she was the best player in the entire world. And that can't be understated. She is an all-time great. What she could do at her size, being so tall and so everything, what she accomplished. So, she's like no other player the U.S. had ever seen before. And she's, she will go down as an all-time great. But I'm excited for her to see what she does with her new network. I think it's called The Women's Game. It is exciting to see all these players and former players to have their input, what they have to say about the game and the players from an inside perspective,
Yes, it'll be very interesting.
Yeah. So it's exciting. What does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. Or were you, I don't think anyone was shocked to hear about Sam Mewis, but to have it be official, it's just sucks. Because you hate to see someone leave not on their own terms. Excited about her new platform, and we'll see what happens there. And also Kristie, making her debut, the WSL, killing it already. What does everyone think? Questions, comments down below. And we'll talk to everyone soon. Have a great night. Bye.
Bye.